I got locked in a polygon, as you can see. Wow. And I don't know if they were being a troll, knowing that I couldn't get out, if they resed me there, or what the deal was, but I was being repeatedly resurrected until finally that person decided that it was probably no more fun and walked away, or maybe they realized that their error was, or we're just done now. Yeah, I wasn't able. Thank God I'm not doing any bounties in this mode, in this version, because that would have been really frustrating. Destiny is one of those games that I like playing it because it's quick and easy to get into it. Most of the activities I like to play are match made, which means I don't have to worry about gathering up another bunch of players to to spend some time with. It's always a little difficult for me because I can't commit for more than maybe 40 minutes or so through an activity most times. It's rare that I end up, you'll see streams where I've been in there for like an hour or two, maybe at the most. But it's infrequent that when you LFG in Destiny, people expect that you're going to be there all day, and I don't have all day. Um, a lot of times I have to break off to go take care of things in the household or business, things like that, and I have to step away, and sometimes I don't get back to the game for a good couple hours. It may be running in the background. You'll see my. Actually, no, I already did it. Dares to Eternity, and I got nothing for it. Let's go cash in. Um, so yeah, and I mean it was a struggle. It was like every time I tried to shoot at something, somebody else got in my way or was taking care of it. I mean, I was even targeting things that were like very very clearly out of the scope of interest. I'm talking like the random target that's like way out of the periphery. I turned to shoot at this one thing, this one goblin, and god damn it if I didn't get cross mapped by somebody with a sniper rifle. I'm like, okay. So I'm checking Xur to see what the bounties are today. You can use this as a barometer for, okay, complete Dares to Eternity activities. I'm going to probably do one more of those. Defeat champions. I wasn't getting any champions. I don't know why. Shotguns. I didn't see anybody with shotguns. Okay. Defeat combatants with arc damage and Dares. Final blows with arc melee abilities grant. I could do that. That's alright. Alright, so we can pick that up. Oh, there's a shotgun. Hey, what a coinky dink. I don't really care because it's not a pattern. I'm only caring about the patterns. Like the Vex. If it doesn't fit my pattern, if it's not a pattern, I'm not going to keep it. Oh, man. It doesn't matter, though. I have a Ragnhild, and I don't play with shotguns anyway because I don't get that much ammo for them. It's really a struggle, and I like to pick my struggles. I don't like to be forced into them. Um, he still says he's got stuff for me. I don't know what. There's nothing there, dude. Nothing there. He's gonna do the. Oh no 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 no! I'm not buying silver, buddy. I don't know what he wants. Drifter does that same bullshit. It's like the game has something they know they're supposed to be giving me, but they don't want to because then I might not play as much anymore. It's ridiculous. I'm actually the exact opposite. I will not pay real world money. Could have been a pattern, but nope, didn't want to be. Didn't want to be. There wasn't even a fucking coin. I would strange coins. Nope. This is why I just don't invest anymore because you don't get what you want, and most times it's stuff I don't even need. I don't need any of those. I have so many battlers already. Incandescent is not worth it. That I used to think that was really good, but this one actually has been the better choice. Unfortunately, however, I am leveling things, so that's not going to work for me. That's crap. If it's under 65, I'm just not keeping it. Uh, well, that's too bad. So yeah, I don't know. Some days it just feels like the game does not fucking want me to play, and you know what? I'm okay with that because I'd be just as happy playing Zelda or Pokemon or Pac-Man or Asteroids. Speaking of asteroids, today NASA DART is supposed to impact the this far away object. Oh, they're talking about that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see what happens. A lot of it, I think, though, is also my tilt because I know there's other things I could be doing. Um, you see, I don't know if I want to play Kill Team anymore. Uh, oh, this is Q.
Can you or can you not withstand the challenges
I'm gonna watch
of
this
the
guy. I have to mute
omniscient
though, otherwise.
course? Put simply, can you deal or no deal with tonight's Dares of Eternity? We are your hosts, the Goddess Zerg and the Spin the wheel to meet the other team joining us tonight. Put all four of your hands together for the Fallen.
Oops.
The horse wishes to witness further combat. It is time for our preposterous obstacle course. Have you all signed your liability waivers? it up for the Cabal. Desires further proof of your abilities. Choose the door hiding your final opponent, and the horse shall reward you. Bad luck, contestant. Did you forget to say no whammies? demands. I tell you to have fun out there. the horse from beyond the stars. Thank you for joining us tonight on Dares of Eternity. Good night, sir.
Checking now. Check. Check, check, check. All done, all done.
Ah, shall we begin then?
We have your back, Guardian.
You don't look too banged up. Deal. Till next time.
Why don't they do something?
Show them that they can't mess with us.
Let's see. Stick as many missiles in it as you like.
Stock's always changing. Don't take too long. I won't forget everyone we lost. I won't.
What the? Yep. Okay, okay.
Every little bit helps. Trust me.
Yep. What the?
Well, that was fortuitous. I actually got the catalyst on that last one, in spite of the fact that it felt like a struggle and a half. So, yay, that's out of the way. I got another battler pattern. I think that's the first one I got. Uh, no, that'll be the second one I've gotten. It it is a bit of a grind to try and get these patterns taken care of and collected and upgraded and stuff. And I'm just like, part of me is like, I really don't. fucking care anymore. I know that sounds terrible, to get so close to, finishing and then just be like, yeah, it's kind of boring. Um, I mean, that's just me, by the way. I know that some people are like, no, I'm not giving up till I finish this, blah, blah, blah. That kind of situation. And that's great, good for you kind of situation. But I'm one of those, it's like, after a certain time, if it gets to be a job, especially if it's a hobby or, entertainment, or it's supposed to be something, for relaxation, it shouldn't feel like a job. Going to the gym shouldn't feel like a job. It should feel like a hobby. Going to, the movies shouldn't feel like a job. Going out with your, partner shouldn't feel like a job. It shouldn't be something you're obligated to do. That if you don't do it, you're going to, there's going to be regrets and stuff like that. You should be feeling like you always want to be doing it. And when it's done, you want to, you're looking forward to the next time you want, to engage in this activity. It's kind of like the reason why I don't do social tabletop gaming very much anymore. I do a lot of solo tabletop gaming because I don't want it to feel like an obligation. I don't want to feel like I'm tied down to this thing and now I have to do this every week or every other day or whatever. Dieting, the same thing for dieting. It shouldn't feel like a job. It shouldn't feel like a chore. Oftentimes you'll hear me mention things like, oh, well, I got to break off to go take care of some housework. I don't consider them, I know I call them chores, but I don't consider them chores because I find that having the ability and the facilities, to having the ability to do chores, I think, is merit enough. It's the fact that I can do those chores, and that I have, I have the reason to do those chores. That's the best part, That's the best thing of all. I don't know. It's just it's weird, and yet when we come to a thing like Destiny, I like playing it because of the challenges and stuff like that. But then after a while, it just starts feeling like work, and I just don't want that. I don't want that to be part of my experience and part of my memory with Destiny. And there's so much of my memory of Destiny right now that feels like that. I look back and I'm like, yeah, we ground on that fucking raid forever to get all those weapons, and for what? They all got basically trashed when Destiny 2 came out. So why am I committing to this? Why? That's the big thing. Losing everything we lost in our vault when Destiny 2 was made, because they couldn't rewrite the code in Destiny itself. That just really, I mean, it's one thing when you're playing a game like, say, Skyrim. If you're playing Skyrim, then obviously if they make an Elder Scrolls 6, you're not going to be able to take that character from Skyrim to Elder Scrolls 6, whatever it's going to be. Nor are you going to be able to take any of its skills or, recipes or anything else that it's earned. You're going to have to start all over from scratch. That's kind of the way it was. When I signed on to Elder Scrolls Online, I knew very well that I was not going to be, able to take any of my Bethesda characters that I had, because that's just the way it is. And that's not a feel-bad moment, because it's an entirely different game most times. It's not a continuation of the same story. Or the tools are always going to be there. You may have to re-earn them, but, you're still going to have those same tools. Like with the Halo franchise. There was no problem, walking away from all that progress. It didn't carry over, and that was okay, because it was a whole new chapter, it was a whole new story, but it was the same character, you had the same skill sets. You had new unlockables, you had new collectibles, and that was fine. But it's like, you didn't really need to, you weren't spending hours and hours and hours collecting those things. That's the big difference. You weren't playing cooperatively with your, with a team to get all this done. As opposed to, in Destiny 1, I mean, when you did the Vault of Glass, you could LFG for it, but eventually you ended up actually just being participant to that team. And that's how a lot of my friends list was built, was, doing the raid, doing the Nightfalls, doing the trials. Because in Destiny 1, Nightfalls, there was no matchmaking in Nightfalls. You had to you had to find a team to play. Um, and yeah, and it's like, I mean, it's one thing to like go through Nightfalls in this game, I'm like, oh, I don't care about any of that guns, because there was no, I didn't have to LFG for that shit. I didn't have to invest a lot into it. So it's complicated because it is human, obviously. But yeah, I mean, the time spent in Destiny and the fact that they talked it up that this was going to be a living game for at least 10 years, blah, 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 and then they pull the rug out under that time and give us Destiny 2, and then not even bring in all the extra content that, I mean, they're all just trickling in. Well, we got Taken King now, we've got Vault of Glass now, and all that's fine and everything like that. But then I'm like, there are so many better weapons out there than the Fatebringer. My son swears by his Fatebringer because he earned it the hard way. He has an adept version and it's got some good rolls on it, and I'm grateful for the fact that he appreciates, the effort that went in, that he put in to get that weapon. I hold on to what I hold on to, not for nostalgia, not for effort or anything else, but simply because they do the best in slot in their categories. It's kind of like if I play when I play a game like when I play Magic the Gathering, okay, and I play direct damage. If I have access, if I could put Lightning Bolt in my deck, Lightning Bolt's going to go on my deck. I mean, for 1 mana, do 3 damage. That's a fantastic trade. And if I have access to Hymn to Turok, I'm going to put Hymn to Turok in my deck because 2 mana, 2 discards, or 1 discard. That's a good trade. Not to mention, there's plenty of ways for you to get both those types of cards back in the game. And I'm just like, you know what works for you in your playstyle. You should know what works for you in your playstyle. And for me, putting an adept god roll hand cannon in my midst, it would be like handing a freaking Ginsu knife to, a cafeteria mom who, is just sitting there slapping peanut butter on toast. It's not. It's overkill. It is. It's overkill. And I'm on a personal challenge. I'm on a personal mission to be very effective with the tools I have, regardless of the activities that I want to play into. But I'm not playing high-end activities. I'm sticking to the arenas. I'm playing the Leviathan. I'm playing, the Catch Crash. I'm playing, Dares to Eternity and stuff like that. I haven't played Gambit in a very long time. And for me, a very long time is like 2 weeks, I think, or a week. I don't plan to play any more Gambit, only because it's trash. I don't need Gambit. Gambit is nothing more than a strike. Yeah, you're playing in an arena, but honestly, it's not the same as like doing this, and it doesn't give you very many rewards. There isn't anything in Gambit that I really care to get that I don't already have. I have a Malfeasance, which is great, or Taken bosses and stuff like that. I have this Night Watch, which is, fantastic on its own. I can't think of any other Gambit weapons that I have, and obviously the armor is never going to be anything better than what I have, because I've yet to pull a piece of armor outside of Iron Banner that's replaced anything that I currently own. And that's just the thing, and it's like, so, I don't know, I mean, would I want a Vex Mythoclast? Yeah, I think that'd be kind of fun to have. But then again, back to Destiny 1, I pulled dozens. I pulled at least a dozen Vex Mythoclasts in a season's worth of raiding. Took me almost the entire run of Destiny 1 before I finally got a Hezin Vengeance, though. Did I care about the Vex Mythoclast? No, and it's not because I pulled so many that it was just, I didn't find it to do what I wanted it to do. It wasn't spewing out molten fire lasers doesn't make me excited. Trace rifles were a novelty, and I enjoyed them for a long time until ammo starving was a thing, and then I was like, yeah, I don't know what to do with that because it's too much of a risk. If you notice, most of the weapons that I like to play with and that I feature playing are going to be, I got the relic. Are going to be things that, have infinite ammo. So, that is a thing. It kind of makes that decision for me. But, yeah. I guess. Containment, let's see what happens. No. Is that Omnigul? I can't remember who this is. The Vota. That's alright. She's still taking damage, so I'm gonna still keep firing. I'm getting close to the reset now. Oh shit. Let's clear these idiots out of here. It's a nice level gun. I really want the Battler as a pattern. I really want that as a craftable. See, that's what I'm saying. This is like the things I want to chase. They're not in raids. They're not in trials. They're not in Iron Banner. I mean, I'll probably end up playing Iron Banner when it comes back, just because there's, like I said, the best armor pieces that I've pulled out of this game so far have been mostly Iron Banner things. Come on, what the hell? Where's the big bad?
Turning into a burning collection of terror. Seize that power and become a reaper of nightmares.
There we go. I don't know why you had to stall there, my friend. Because I was doing more damage than somebody else? I don't know. Yeah, I had to wait for the Titan to slam his face in there. Because that's the thing. Ooh! That was nice. I don't know if I got the credit on that kill or not. Don't care, honestly. Somebody's shooting at everything I'm shooting at. Good, combined fire is what we want. Not chunking. Hello? I am pulling the trigger here, bitch. Yay. How hard was that to do, huh? Oh, I hope it's a pattern. Oh, we got a key. Yay! Cool. Excellent. Nothing there. Okay, we're gonna scoot.
As I hear the tale told, you killed a guardian in another life, without even being
Yep,
a light
there's one there.
bearer.
I'm hoping I'll get another
Prefer
pattern.
not to talk about this,
But
Empress.
generally, if you get all the goodies on the first
Such a
pop,
feat
it's not
requires
gonna happen.
cunning and strength that only the mightiest
Yeah,
of Cabal
that's
have ever
okay.
achieved. Surely the Traveler saw this.
Not really hunting for that trace rifle. I want Nezrak's Whisper.
Not anymore.
More part of what I'm trying to do. The current glaive I have is the exotic one, and it's okay. Trying to get its special perk to proc, though, is a pain in the ass for me. I like simpler options. That's the thing I do, is I go for basics. Huh. Must have been missing a door. Anyway, I got some things to take care of. I'm done here, so let's see what's left. I think I'm going to go to a couple of lost sectors and kind of just slam through these levelings and then call it an afternoon. Thanks for stopping by. Excuse me.